The rain that night sounded like a funeral. Lin Xueyi lay on the cold marble floor of the villa she once called home, blood spreading beneath her like a broken flower. Her wedding ring had rolled across the floor. And the man she loved didn't even look at her. "Sign it," her fiancé said coldly. "Transfer the shares, and maybe I'll let you die with dignity." Standing beside him was her younger sister. The sister she had protected for 20 years. The sister who was now carrying his child. Lin Xueyi smiled sweetly while stepping on Xueyi's hand. "Sis," she whispered softly, "you were always too stupid." Lightning flashed. Thunder roared. And in that final moment, Lin Xueyi finally understood. Her parents' favoritism, the ruined company, the fake evidence, the car accident, everything had been planned from the beginning. Her tears mixed with blood. Her breathing weakened, and the last thing she heard before darkness swallowed her whole was the voice of the most feared man in Beijing. A man who arrived too late. A man covered in rain and madness. A man kneeling beside her corpse. Who touched her? Lu Beichen's voice shook the entire mansion. The legendary CEO. The king of the business world. The man everyone feared. His trembling hands held her lifeless body as though she were the only thing left in the world. But Lin Xueyi could no longer answer him. Because she was dead. When she opened her eyes again, she was back 5 years in the past. Back before the engagement. Back before the betrayal. Back before her entire life was destroyed. The mirror reflected a young woman in a white dress. Alive. Untouched. Beautiful. Lin Xueyi stared at herself silently. Then slowly, she smiled. This time, she would make every single one of them pay. The Lin family villa was brightly lit that evening. Servants rushed around nervously because tonight was important. Tonight was the formal engagement dinner between Lin Xueyi and Ji Yuyichen, the future heir of the Ji family. In her previous life, this was the night she foolishly believed she had found happiness. But now, she knew the truth. Ji Yuyichen never loved her. He only wanted the Lin family company. And Lin Xueyi, that innocent little sister act was nothing more than poison wrapped in silk. "Big sister," a sweet voice interrupted her thoughts. Lin Xueyi ran downstairs wearing a pale pink dress, looking pure and harmless. Exactly like an angel, but Lin Xueyi knew, under that innocent face hid a snake. "Sister, are you nervous?" Xueyi asked with a smile. Xueyi stared at her quietly. In her past life, she would have hugged her warmly. Now, she only felt disgust. "Nervous." Xueyi smiled faintly. "Why would I be?" Xueyi froze slightly. Something felt different. Before she could speak again, footsteps echoed from the entrance. Ji Yuyichen had arrived. Tall, elegant, gentle-looking. Every woman in Beijing dreamed of marrying him, including the old Lin Xueyi. The moment he saw her, Ji Yuyichen smiled warmly. "Xueyi," such a familiar voice. Once upon a time, hearing it made her heart race. Now it only reminded her of betrayal. Lin Xueyi calmly walked downstairs. Ji Yuyichen reached out naturally to hold her hand. But she stepped aside. His expression stiffened. Even Lin Xueyi looked surprised. "Sorry," Xueyi said lightly. "I don't like being touched." A strange silence filled the room. Ji Yuyichen forced a smile. "You're joking again." But Lin Xueyi wasn't joking. Not anymore. Dinner began shortly afterward. Her father happily discussed the engagement while her mother kept praising Ji Yuyichen. Meanwhile, Lin Xueyi kept secretly watching him with shy eyes. Just like before. Except this time, Lin Xueyi noticed everything. The hidden glances. The subtle smiles. The way Ji Yuyichen unconsciously cared more about Xueyi than his own fiancé. In her previous life, she had been blind. This life, nothing would escape her. Then suddenly, her father announced loudly, after the engagement, "I'll transfer 15% of company shares to Yichen." Lin Xueyi's eyes turned cold. There it was. The beginning of the disaster. In her past life, those shares eventually became the weapon used to destroy her. But before anyone could celebrate, Lin Xueyi placed down her wine glass. "I refuse." The entire table froze. "What?" her father asked sharply. "I said," she repeated calmly, "I refuse this engagement." Shock exploded across the room. Ji Yuechen's expression changed instantly. Xueyi, what are you talking about? Lin Yuro also panicked. Sister, did something happen? Lin Xueyi looked directly at Ji Yuechen. Then smiled. Tell me, she said softly, between me and Yuro, who do you really love? The atmosphere instantly became suffocating. Ji Yuechen's face turned pale. Lin Yuro nearly dropped her chopsticks. No one expected such a question. Especially not tonight. Xueyi, Ji Yuechen laughed awkwardly. Why would you ask something ridiculous? But Lin Xueyi only stared at him. Coldly, silently, like she could see through his soul. And for the first time, Ji Yuechen felt uneasy. That same night, another man received shocking news. In the top-floor office of Lu Corporation, silence ruled like death. The employees downstairs didn't even dare breathe loudly. Because their CEO was in a terrible mood. Lu Beichen, the youngest business emperor in Beijing. Cold-blooded, merciless, untouchable. Rumors said he once destroyed 3 companies overnight because someone insulted him. Rumors also said no woman had ever lasted beside him for more than a week. But nobody knew the truth. Nobody knew that for 10 years, Lu Beichen had only loved one woman. Lin Xueyi. President Lu, his assistant said nervously, Miss Lin cancelled her engagement. The pen in Beichen's hand stopped moving. For the first time all day. He looked up. What did you say? She publicly rejected Ji Yuechen tonight. Silence. Dead silence. Then slowly, Lu Beichen stood. His dark eyes held emotions no one could understand. She finally woke up. After cancelling the engagement, Lin Xueyi instantly became the center of Beijing gossip. Everyone thought she had gone crazy. Including her parents. Inside the study room, her father slammed the table furiously. Do you know how important this marriage is? Very, Xueyi replied calmly. Then why did you embarrass the Ji family? Because they murdered me. But she only smiled faintly. Father, business should never rely on marriage. You. Her mother interrupted angrily. Yuro is crying because of you. Lin Xueyi almost laughed. Of course. Her precious younger sister always knew how to manipulate emotions. Right then, the study door opened. Lin Yuro entered with red eyes. Sister, if you don't want the engagement, I can persuade Brother Yechen for you. Lin Xueyi stared at her. Such excellent acting. No wonder everyone loved her. In her previous life, Xueyi would have felt guilty. Now, she only found it amusing. Really? Xueyi asked softly. Yuro nodded pitifully. Of course. I only want our family to be happy. Lin Xueyi smiled slowly. Then you can marry him instead. The room went silent. Lin Yuro's face instantly lost color. Even their parents were stunned. Sister. Yuro shouted nervously. How can you say that? Why not? Xueyi tilted her head. Don't you love him? For a split second, pure panic flashed through Yuro's eyes. Too fast. For others to notice. But not fast enough for Lin Xueyi. Interesting. Very interesting. Days later, Lin Xueyi attended a luxury business banquet. In her previous life, this night marked the first step of her downfall. Because tonight, someone would secretly drug her drink. Then use fake scandal photos to destroy her reputation. And the mastermind, her own sister. As the banquet hall glittered under golden lights, Xueyi calmly walked through the crowd. Many people whispered behind her back. Isn't that the Lin heiress? She rejected Ji Yuechen. She must regret it already. But Lin Xueyi ignored them all. Because she was waiting. Waiting for the trap. Right on time, a waiter approached with champagne. Miss Lin, there it is. Xueyi accepted the glass. But instead of drinking it, she turned suddenly and handed it to Lin Yuro. You look thirsty. Yuro froze. Her fingers trembled slightly. No, I'm fine. Xueyi smiled dangerously. What's wrong? Afraid to drink it. At that moment, a deep male voice echoed behind them. If she doesn't want it, then give it to me. The entire banquet hall fell silent instantly. Because Lu Beichen had arrived. Tall, cold, perfect. His black suit made him look almost untouchable. The air itself seemed to freeze around him. Women stared at him breathlessly. Men lowered their eyes nervously. But Lu Beichen ignored everyone. His gaze landed only on Lin Xueyi. Like she was the center of his entire world. Even Xueyi's heartbeat paused briefly. Because she remembered. In her previous life, he was the only person who avenged her death. Lu Beichen walked closer, then casually took the champagne glass from her hand. Lin Yuro's face turned white. President Lu, she blurted out. You can't drink that. The moment the words escaped, everyone froze, including her. Too late. She had exposed herself. Lu Beichen's dark eyes narrowed instantly. Lin Xueyi smiled coldly. Caught you. The banquet exploded into chaos shortly afterward. The drink was tested. Drugs were found inside. And the surveillance footage revealed the truth clearly. Lin Yuro had bribed the waiter. The Lin family was humiliated publicly. But the most terrifying part was Lu Beichen's reaction. Inside the private lounge, Lin Yuro knelt on the floor trembling. President Lu, I was confused. Confused. Lu Beichen repeated softly. His voice was terrifyingly calm. Everyone in Beijing knew. When Lu Beichen became calm, disaster followed. He slowly sat down, crossing his legs elegantly, then looked at Lin Yuro like looking at garbage. You tried to harm her. 3 simple words. Yet they sounded like a death sentence. Lin Yuro burst into tears. It wasn't my idea. Ji Yuyichen told me to do it. The moment his name appeared, the room turned colder. Lin Xueyi watched quietly. Interesting. In her previous life, these two had worked together perfectly. But now, fear was making them betray each other already. Pathetic. Suddenly, Lu Beichen spoke again. Break all cooperation with the GU family. His assistant nodded immediately. And, he added coldly, I want every company in Beijing to know. Anyone who supports GU Corporation becomes my enemy. Lin Yuro collapsed completely, because everyone knew what that meant. The GU family was finished. Within 3 days, GU Corporation's stock crashed violently. Partners cancelled contracts overnight. Banks refused loans. The once glorious GU family fell into panic. Ji Yuyichen himself rushed desperately to find Lin Xueyi. Rain poured heavily outside the cafe. Ji Yuyichen grabbed her wrist the moment she arrived. Was it you? He demanded angrily. Lin Xueyi calmly removed his hand. You think too highly of yourself. Then why is Lu Beichen helping you? Because he loved me even in death. But she only smiled faintly. Maybe he simply dislikes trash. Ji Yuyichen's expression twisted. For the first time, he realized the woman before him was no longer under his control. And strangely, he began feeling afraid. Xueyi, he lowered his voice, I know you still love me. Lin Xueyi almost laughed. Love, the word sounded disgusting coming from him. In her previous life, she had indeed loved him deeply. So deeply she gave him everything. And he repaid her by watching her die. This life, she would return every ounce of pain. You're wrong, she said quietly. Then she stood up, and walked directly toward the man waiting outside the cafe. Lu Beichen, holding a black umbrella, waiting silently in the rain for her. Ji Yuyichen's face instantly darkened. Meanwhile, Lu Beichen gently draped his coat over Xueyi's shoulders. His movements were careful, almost reverent. Cold, he asked softly. Lin Xueyi looked at him quietly. In her memories, this man was always distant, untouchable, yet now, his eyes carried warmth only she could see. No, she whispered. For some reason, standing beside him felt safe. As weeks passed, the business war intensified. With Lu Beichen supporting her secretly, Lin Xueyi began reclaiming control of Lin Corporation. But enemies still surrounded her, especially inside her own family. Her parents continued protecting Lin Yuro despite everything. Even after the drug scandal. Even after public humiliation. To them, Yuro was still the innocent daughter. And Xueyi, only a tool. One night, Xueyi overheard a conversation outside the study. We can still save Yuro, her mother whispered anxiously. But what about Xueyi? Her father asked. A pause followed. Then her mother said coldly. She's useful only if she obeys. Lin Xueyi stood silently outside the door. Her heart no longer hurt. Because she had already learned the truth. These people never loved her. Not even once. Suddenly, A warm hand gently covered hers. She turned. Lu Beichen stood behind her quietly. His eyes darkened upon seeing her pale face. Without saying anything, he led her away, out into the silent garden. Snow had begun falling lightly. The world looked frozen. Lu Beichen removed his gloves slowly, then placed them onto her cold hands. "You don't need them," Xueyi said softly. "I do," he replied. "Why?" "Because your hands matter more than mine." But he only said quietly, "Because I want to." The snow fell silently between them. And for the first time in both lifetimes, Lin Xueyi felt warmth. Real warmth. Not manipulation. Not lies. Just him. That same night, a shocking truth finally surfaced. Lin Xueyi discovered secret documents hidden inside her father's office. Documents proving she wasn't their biological daughter. Her entire body froze. According to the records, 20 years ago, the real Lin daughter had died in an accident. And Xueyi was adopted to replace her. No wonder they never loved her. No wonder they always favored Lin Xueyi. To them, she was only a substitute. A replacement. A tool. Tears filled her eyes silently. Then suddenly, another document slipped from the folder. A photo, old and faded. The moment she saw it, her breathing stopped, because the woman holding baby Xueyi looked exactly like Lu Beichen's late mother. Everything changed after that discovery. Lu Beichen investigated personally, and the truth he uncovered shocked even him. 20 years ago, his mother's closest friend disappeared after a business conspiracy. That missing woman was Lin Xueyi's real mother. Meaning, the Lin family had stolen her identity, stolen her inheritance, stolen her entire life. When Lu Beichen told her the truth, silence filled the room. Xueyi sat motionless for a very long time. Then finally asked softly, "So my whole life was fake?" Lu Beichen looked at her quietly. "No." He stepped closer. His cold fingers gently lifted her chin. "The people who hurt you were fake. But you," his voice softened, "were always real." At that moment, Lin Xueyi finally broke down crying. And Lu Beichen held her silently all night. The final battle arrived soon afterward. Using the evidence they gathered, Lin Xueyi publicly exposed the Lin family's crimes. Embezzlement, fraud, identity theft, illegal business dealings with the Gu family. The media exploded. The entire city was shaken. Lin Xueyi desperately tried denying everything. But then, the final evidence appeared. A recording, her own voice, confessing how she manipulated Gu Yichen and framed Lin Xueyi for years. The courtroom fell silent. Lin Xueyi's face turned completely white. "No, no, this isn't real." But it was real. Very real. Meanwhile, Gu Yichen's company officially declared bankruptcy. His reputation was destroyed forever. The proud heir who once stood above everyone became a laughingstock overnight. As police dragged the Lin couple away, her mother suddenly screamed at Xueyi. "We raised you for 20 years. Xueyi looked at her calmly. "No," she said softly. "You used me for 20 years. Then she turned away without looking back. Because they no longer mattered. None of them did. Months later, spring arrived in Beijing again. Warm sunlight poured across the city. Inside the top-floor office of Lu Corporation, Lin Xueyi stood beside the window quietly. The war was over. The enemies were gone. And for the first time in 2 lifetimes, she felt free. Behind her, footsteps approached slowly. Then strong arms wrapped gently around her waist. Lu Beichen rested his chin lightly against her shoulder. Thinking again, he murmured, "A little, about revenge." She smiled softly. "No, then what?" Lin Xueyi turned slowly in his arms and looked directly into the eyes of the man who loved her through life and death. "About the future." For once, the cold emperor of Beijing smiled. A real smile. Rare, beautiful, dangerous, and only for her. He lowered his head gently. Their foreheads touched. "Then let's build it together," he whispered. Outside the window, the city lights glittered endlessly. And this time, Lin Xueyi would never face the darkness alone again. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe Miss Novella.